Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your June 2017 general readings. Thank you so much for joining us here today, and welcome to any newcomers who may be with us for the first time. Thank you. I always like to start with my gratitudes. Thank you for those of you who continue to watch, listen, follow, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for taking the time to send in your feedback, your comments, and all your wonderful support. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. And thank you to my regular clients as well, especially lately, for being so great with the consistent feedback on how our readings continue to play out in your lives. And just a general thank you for those of you who keep me so busy in reaching out for personal one-on-one readings, which is always an honor and a pleasure for me to read for you. And I'm grateful for the trust that you place in me to interpret and intuit the cards for you. If any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me and you haven't read with me before, you can click on that little about or description button on my YouTube channel's homepage. Give you a little more information. Also has my email address. Please feel free to contact me directly at Maggie, the number 1, McGuire at gmail.com. That's MAGGIE, the number 1, MCGUIRE at gmail.com. I do readings full-time 6 days a week, so current turnaround time is anywhere from a few days upwards of 2 weeks, but almost always we can schedule a reading for you, live or recorded within a 2-week period of time. I do love and romance readings, compatibility chartings, year overviews, channeled messages, career work and finance, gift readings, and so on. So send me an email and we'll go from there if you're interested. So moving right along, make sure to check your rising and your moon sign videos as well. They may give you additional insight, or they may resonate for you a little more predictively than your primary sun sign, because these are general readings and there are so very many of you watching. Of course, they're not going to mean the same, resonate the same to the same degree for everyone watching. So try to watch your rising and your moon sign videos as well if you can. So this reading is for the water sign of Scorpio for June 2017. Scorpio, the Scorpions are watery, deep, deep Scorpios. For the beautiful month of June 2017, let us see what this month of June 2017 has in store for our Scorpios. Okay, Scorpio, we begin, if I can get the cards to come out, with the Tower, followed by the Ten of Swords. Ouch. Next to that, we have the Chariot, followed by the Two of Swords. Oh, Scorpio, I just want to kind of give you a hug right now. Looks like some very painful stuff, maybe quite recently, and maybe still freshly fresh. Next to that, we have the Seven of Pentacles, followed by the Nine of Cups. And the Fool in reverse, followed by the Six of Swords. I haven't gotten the Fool in reverse in a long, long time. And from the bottom of the deck, representing your overall energy and guidance, we have the Four of Swords. Okay, this is already coming out quite clearer. This feels very, for those of you Scorpios watching, I don't know what percentage it may or may not resonate for you, but it looks like for those of you that do, it feels like it's for a specific group of Scorpios that have been through something that looks very traumatic even, or painful, very challenging. For some of you, this may be happening right at the beginning of June. I am recording these in the last few days, the last week of May. It may be ongoing for you right now, or it may be something that happened, you know, very, very recently, and this energy is still very fresh. We begin with the energy of the Tower card, followed by the Ten of Swords. So the Tower is one of those cards that sometimes makes people, you know, clench up a bit, because it represents something coming in, an energy coming in and affecting a very sudden, unexpected change that really can really sometimes change the landscape of our life or shake up a belief system, or it can represent the destruction or removal of a situation or person or relationship in our life. Sometimes a heavy loss and grief, and often when it represents the removal or destruction or ending, something coming to a pretty significant sudden unexpected end in our life, aside from actual death. Sometimes we've been given the opportunity prior to this happening to remove this thing from our life ourselves, particularly if it was harmful to us, a situation or a relationship. But when we don't, because it's absolutely not meant to be part of our karmic path, at some point the universe comes in and does it for us, and it's usually very unexpected, can be very challenging, painful, leaves us feeling very vulnerable as well. And the Tower card doesn't always necessarily have to be something that's challenging. Sometimes it can be an energy that comes in and just kind of changes the landscape of your life path, your direction, in a very happy, exciting way. I guess like winning the lottery or something. But typically it's an energy which involves a pretty significant ending that can be very, very challenging. The key to understanding and utilizing energies of cards like the Tower card, because they're major arcana, they represent energies of God's spirit, your angels and guides, energies we have absolutely no control over other than how we choose to deal with it and accept it, which is the key. It's all in perspective, accepting it even when it's challenging, trying to walk in faith that this is meant to be because it's preparing the way for something better in the future, which allows us to get through it a little quicker and a little bit easier. So it looks like, some kind of event of some kind has come in and really, really kind of shaken things up for you. And what that is, of course, is going to vary because there's so many of you watching. And the intensity and degree of that's going to vary because there's so many of you watching, and it's a general reading. But it's significant energy, and it's accompanied by the Ten of Swords. Air energy is the element which governs this suit. The suit of Swords is about it's mental, cerebral, intellectual energy. It's about what goes on up in here, our words and our ideas and how we communicate them, our belief systems, perspectives. It can also represent illumination, clarity, truth, higher education, learning. So the Ten of Swords, tens representing an ending as well, the end of a cycle, something coming full circle, the culmination of something or achievement of something. So you have these two cards together, both minor and major arcana, which represent significant endings. But the Ten of Swords, often nicknamed the stabbed in the back card, because it can often be accompanied by a sense of betrayal, a deep sense of betrayal, something you didn't see coming, again, like the Tower, an unexpected energy. And it looks quite clearly like for a lot of you Scorpios, whatever the specifics of the situation are for you, and it's going to vary, the energy, as I always say, fundamentally remains the same. Something has come in, a situation has ended, a relationship has ended, or you're just being shaken to the core, and it's an unexpected sense. There's a sense of betrayal and vulnerability around it as well. Now, what this is, of course, again, is going to vary. For some of you, it's going to be a relationship, maybe has ended, you didn't expect it, or you find out somebody's, lied to you, been dishonest, cheated, betrayed, for relationship energies. And that could be a romantic relationship. It could be a very close, best friend, family member. This can also represent, loss, even loss through death. My condolences for those of you for whom that's, the situation. And that betrayal energy, sometimes when we go through losses like that sense of betrayal, we can sometimes feel it, the universe itself or God itself. Others of you, this could be a work situation as well, like getting fired unexpectedly or unfairly. The specifics are going to vary, but the energy is, unexpected change. You weren't expecting it. There's a sense of, it hitting you from behind, betrayal. So it looks like a very challenging energy to deal with, either ongoing right now or something that's happened so recently that this energy is still fresh going into the beginning of June. And it could resonate in any sector of your life, but there's, let's see how many. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sword cards, 1 pentacles, 1 cup, 4 swords. So a lot of this turning around stuff going on in your head. I get this kind of sensation of things going over and over and over, circular thinking, not being able to let it go. It's so fresh, you're kind of stuck in it. I'm sorry about that, Scorpio. I do not like to see that combination of energy, even though, as I said, the significant endings, it's almost always because something is ending because it needs to, because the way is being paved for a rebirth, planting seeds to grow and manifest something better, something beautiful further down the road. But I know when you're in the middle of this, that can be quite difficult to kind of look at and have faith in. But nonetheless, that's whatever it is ending, Scorpio, it's ending because its time has come for it to end. But it does look like you get kind of stuck in it, maybe fearful. There's a sense of not being able to move forward from this for the present time, or you may be being pressured to move, to make decisions and choices, or to move on from this energy, and you're not ready to yet, because next we have the energy of the Chariot, followed by the Two of Swords. So the Chariot's another major arcana card. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3 major arcana cards here. The Chariot is a card of success that comes from really powerful, sheer determination, pulling together a variety of resources and everything that you need, being very assertive, focused, intentional to propel something forward successfully. It's kind of like winning and getting ahead and succeeding simply by sheer refusal to give up and just going through, not allowing yourself to get distracted. It's very powerful, often very swift forward movement, very focused, assertive, intentional energy, moving forward powerfully. Now, it's accompanied by the Two of Swords, so more of that mental, in our head energy. The Two of Swords is a card about being stuck, being at a crossroads, perhaps needing to make a decision or choice. Some of you, I feel like there may be somebody around you. It could be, maybe, I feel like it's well-intentioned, but it's just not what you need right now. Maybe friends or family is saying, you need to let go of this. You need to move on from this. It wasn't right for you anyway. Let's move through this quicker. It's time to. And it's feeling stuck. And that can also represent a reluctance and a resistance to make a decision to move forward. Something is preventing you from moving forward. Some of you, it could be that this energy that you're in, this challenging pain, whatever it is that's recently happened, you're so still kind of gripped in it that it's preventing you from moving forward. For others of you, I'm getting that you're being pressured to kind of move through this energy, move through whatever this is quicker than you're ready to, which is something that Spirit supports. You're not quite ready to, if it was a really bad breakup, somebody saying you need to get out there again, it's not time yet. So there is a sense of not being able to move forward right now because of still dealing with this challenging energy. Now, next to that, we have the Seven of Pentacles, followed by the Nine of Cups. So Pentacles is earth energy. That's the element which governs this suit. So it usually manifests in the earthly concrete world we live in, things we can see and touch and feel, like money, finances, property, resources, or the tangible results of energy that we put into something. The Seven of Pentacles is a card of reflection and assessment, which is what the number 7 is: reflection, assessment, motives, motivations. It's harvest time on this card. She has worked quite hard. She's put a lot into this crop. She's planted the seeds, taken care of them, nurtured them. It's grown. The fruit is ripe. It's ready to be picked. And it's a decent harvest. It's not little. We're at the 7. It's not, it's not full of fruit, but it's a decent harvest. But before she starts to pick it, she's looking at it and she's kind of considering, looking at everything she's invested in this, looking at everything that you've invested in this, Scorpio, whatever the situation was, and trying to figure out what to do about it. Should I remain in the situation? Is it worth picking? Should I just pick it and leave? Should I just turn my back and leave and go away and plant another crop, a different crop somewhere else? It's taking a look at what you've invested in this, and some of you, it just may be in this reflective, contemplative energy about whatever has come to an end. Some of you, it may be because you need to make a decision about what to do about it. Now, it's paired with the Nine of Cups, which is the wish fulfillment card. It's a card of kind of your cups overflowing, happiness, abundance, joy, not in the same sort of deep emotional and spiritual, family-oriented sense as the Ten of Cups, but it's like more of a sensual, decadent kind of cups overflowing. It's called the wish fulfillment card, having more than enough, enough that you're just so willing and wanting to share it with family and friends. But it is a card of happiness and joy, particularly in the moment. It can also be a card of excess as well. But I feel like in terms of this reading, Scorpio, it feels like you're, And there's nothing wrong with reflecting back on something which has come to an end. The only cautionary advice that I would give, or that it feels like it's coming through, is not to get so deep that you end up getting stuck in this dwelling on this over and over and over again, so it becomes harder and harder and harder for you to begin a natural healing process and not move away in a natural way through the healing process. So so much of this mental energy spent focusing on us can actually end up trapping us there. So just kind of be vigilant about that. But it does look like you're reflecting back on the situation, everything you've invested in it, and trying to figure out, perhaps why it ended, or maybe what part you played, or what to do now, or how to move forward. And, if I invested all of my time and heart and energy, money, time, resources, whatever the situation is, what should I do moving forward? Where is my happiness and joy? What do I need to do? How do I navigate through this? So kind of that inner contemplative energy. And again, nothing wrong with that, but I caution you not to get too deep into it, because it'll trap you in this challenging, painful energy, Scorpio, particularly since, you're a water sign and you tend to be a very intense, deep water sign too. So be careful not to dig that hole too deep that you can't get out of it. Now, at or towards the end of the month, we have the Fool in reverse, followed by the Six of Swords. And I sort of like this energy, particularly for the group of you that I feel like you're maybe getting external pressure to make a decision about something, move through something, move away from something, get back into a race you're not really ready to get back into yet, especially since your overall energy and guidance is the Four of Swords, which is taking time out. The Fool in the upright position, Major Arcana card, my favorite card in the deck, it represents new beginnings. It represents considering the almost limitless possibilities between something coming to an end and before you begin something new, that place where anything is possible, everything is possible. It's also about maybe taking a risk, stepping out of your comfort zone and doing something new, something challenging, something different. In the reverse position, I feel like, again, especially since it's paired with the Six of Swords, the healing card, I feel like you're just not ready, and Spirit is supporting the fact that you're not ready. You're going through a healing process, and don't allow anybody to try and push you through it or pull you through it quicker than you're ready to, because it feels like, some of you, I'm getting this sense of external pressure to do something, to move through this quicker than you're ready to. And for others of you, yeah, the specifics may be different, but there's others of you, it may be an internal pressure to move through this or want to move away from it, maybe even quite literally, but it's just not time yet. It's not time to have that new beginning. This is not the time to step out of your comfort zone and take a risk. This is healing time. That Fool in reverse is paired with the Six of Swords, which is a card of peace, healing, restoration. It can sometimes represent physical movement as well. You could be part of this healing, and moving through the healing process could be, a physical moving or relocation, taking a break somewhere else. If you could see the water behind this boat, it would be choppy and wavy and turbulent, but she's moving into a place that's more peaceful, more serene, more stable. It's quiet, it's healing, restorative energy, kind of somber, yes, but positive. And it's transitional, meaning that the worst is behind you. You're not quite to the other shore yet, where everything's kind of in place and settled and you've moved through this process, but you're on your way. You're in a healing process. This now is not the time to, go challenging yourself and starting new relationships and jumping back into whatever it is that you're doing. And quite strongly, it's time to kind of take care of yourself and heal. But again, try not to get stuck in focusing only on the negative of this. Healing is an actual process. There's movement to it. Now, your overall advice and guidance is the Four of Swords, which is a card, again, Spirit supports this. Don't allow anyone or yourself, either Scorpio, to kind of push you through whatever it is that you're dealing with, that you're, recovering from or dealing with, either internal or external pressure, or a combination of both. This is time for you to take care of yourself, to heal, to have some quieter times, maybe not be quite as social, maybe kind of go away for a while and get a change of scenery, put things things in perspective. The Four of Swords is a card of a temporary withdrawal from battle or from conflict or from whatever the challenge is. It's not permanent. He's still girded for battle, but he's taking a time out for the time being, going within, maybe seeking out insight, clarification, and maybe, seeking support and guidance and feedback and just help from trusted friends or a mentor as well. So Scorpio, it looks like it's a healing month. It looks like you're dealing with something, that's been quite challenging for some of you. And of course, the levels of that and the intensity is going to vary because there's so many of you watching, including what it actually is, whether it's relationship that's come to an end, a loss of some kind there, depending on the nature of the relationship. It could be work or career path. Something's come in just so unexpectedly. You're like, this was not supposed to happen this way, and you get kind of immobilized. You're kind of sitting in that, and you're thinking about it, thinking of what you've invested in it. And I thought I was investing in my future and my happiness and all of this. Again, it's natural to spend some time kind of reflecting and going back over things. Just be careful not to get stuck in it, because that will hold up or prevent your healing process. And it seems very important, Scorpio, that Spirit is saying, take time, take care of yourself, have some quiet time, maybe get away for a bit, or if you're going to be around people, make sure they're supportive people, that they're not pressuring you to do anything that you're not ready to do yet. So all strength and blessings in my heart to you, for those of you for whom this reading resonates. So it looks like a month of quietness, of healing, of being good to yourself. Take care of yourself. And when the people, if you have people around you that are, wanting to take care of you and support you, allow them to do that too, because that's going to help you move through this process a little easier and a little quicker, Scorpio. So Scorpio, that pretty much sums up your June 2017 reading. I often say I hope you enjoyed it, but this one, it looks like you're dealing, frankly, with something that's been very difficult to deal with. So I'm not going to say I hope you enjoyed the reading, but I hope that it brought you, a little foundation of hope. You are going to move through this just fine. And we'll see how this is a process, so it's going to continue to play out as the weeks and the months move on too, for those of you for whom this is, a more predictive reading. Don't do anything you're not ready to do, no internal or external pressure forcing you to do that. Take care of yourself. Maybe have more of a quiet time this month. Or if you're going to be around people, make sure that they're people that are there just to support you and kind of help you move through this healing process, but not pressure you, Scorpio. So that pretty much wraps up June 2017 so far. We still have mid-months to go on the Love Snapshot, Scorpio. And again, all strength and blessings and prayers to you who are going through this very challenging time for you, but you're healing. You're going to continue to move through this process. And again, if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, you can click on that About or Description button. Feel free to email me at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be most happy to work with you. You can also find me through that same email address on PayPal for those of you who feel so inclined to donate in support of my channel. And thank you to those of you who have and continue to do so. It's part of what makes it possible for me to do this full time. So thank you very much for that. I will see you all again within a week for the Love Snapshots. And then after that, there'll be mid-months, of course. And until then, Scorpio, take care of yourself. And remember that I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Thanks so much, Scorpio. And I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.